Hi, my name is Mary. Thank you for joining us today while we stretch and get a little stronger so that our everyday activities are just a little easier to do. Before you begin this or any other exercise program, you'll want to check with your doctor, and he'll tell you exercises you should or shouldn't do. You'll want to wear loose, comfortable clothing, as Carol and I have on. You'll also want to have water that we're drinking before, during, and after our time together. Work at your own pace. If Carol and I are going too fast, you slow right down. Or if we're going too slow for you and you can increase the speed safely, then go right ahead and do it. The exercises that we do, many of them you can do right from the chair. But we thought we would stand up today because if you've been with us for a while, you probably want a little oomph in your exercise. So work at your own pace and listen to your body. Your body will say, you know, you're working too fast, you better slow down. You don't want to get dizzy or lightheaded because that is not a good sign. You want to feel great because we're pumping blood and oxygen to our brains, and we're not only getting stronger with our bones and our muscles, but also our brains are becoming sharper when you exercise. They've done studies that show if you exercise, you are more mentally acute. And I think we're kind of cute, and you're cute too, so that must be working. Also, we're working with a chair. You don't have to have a chair. You could have a table, you could have a countertop, you could be behind the couch. But if you are, make sure you check all your environment around you because we're going to be going sideways and forwards and back. So you want to make sure your environment is safe. No cats or cords or sets of magazines or books like in my house. No little rug edges that you're going to trip over. So make sure your environment is nice and clean. You're also going to look above you and to the sides because we're going to be moving around like crazy today. So make sure you join us today and again tomorrow and after that, because the more frequently you do your exercises, the more strong and flexible you'll become, and then voila, wellness, yippee! So if you find you'll smile during exercise class, it makes the time just fly by. Also do what you can do and know that you can do this a little bit at a time. So we eat well to make sure our bodies have all the fuel that they need. Good fruits and vegetables. Also make sure you take time to relax, which Carol and I are going to demonstrate at the end.
Yes. We'll need it.
Yes. So speaking of Carol, let's meet Carol.
Hi, I'm Carol, and speaking of books, I love to read. And especially in the summertime, if you have a little patio, if you go outside, you can enjoy the beautiful weather and also read. I like to dance, and I like to watch television a little. But I also think that when you're exercising, it's a lot more fun if you've got many people with you. So please exercise with us. We love having you, and we don't want to do it alone. So be good and be strong, and we'll get through this together. Okay.
I love that. I love that. That's so true. Because I hate to tell you the number of people I've spoken to that said, we saw you and Carol on television. You were so cute. And I asked, did you exercise with us? And they said, no.
We like watching. And I tell them, no, you have to be doing.
That's right. Because you'll be much stronger and you'll feel so much better when you move.
Right. The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Okay, so now today we're going to be working with a tie. Now, if you don't have a tie, you might have a long scarf, or you might even have a belt. Okay? But if you're working with a belt, make sure you don't hurt yourself on any sharp ends. Now, we're going to be working with a tie. And if you're not very flexible, you may want to tie two ties together. Okay? So Carol's ties are tied together, so you'll notice that when we need more space, she's going to single them out. Otherwise, she's going to be working with double ties. Okay? And I'm going to be working with this scarf because I just think it is so beautiful.
It's so pretty.
So pretty. Yes, it is. Okay, so before we begin We're going to have checked with our doctor, have loose, comfortable clothing, have our water, and we're going to pay attention to our body and work at our own pace. So we've got to warm up, right?
Right.
So we're going to begin by marching. Now remember, when you march, you land on the ball of the foot and then the heel. And then we get our arms going, and gosh, we're feeling great. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-day, my, oh my, what a wonderful day. Hey, this is great.
Good.
I think the intonations are going to want to, they're going to want to get us into their singing
That's
group.
right.
Yeah. And of course, if there are any open recording contracts, like people watching us,
We're here
we're here, we're available.
anytime.
Anytime, just call. So we're marching, marching, marching. And even by doing something this simple, you're working the large muscles of your legs, and you're pumping blood and oxygen to your whole body and your brain. Our chests are high, our shoulders are back and down, and by golly, we feel good. Now we're gonna march a little wider. There you go. Now we're gonna step touch wide. Here we go. There we go. Now, I'm going to be holding onto my chair, but you'll notice that Carol is just dancing her little heart out over there. Yippee! There you go. Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to lift the leg out to the side just a little bit, kind of like a pendulum. Good. So, we're transferring the body weight. I'm hanging on for dear life, I might add. And Carol is just flying as free as a little bird. There you go. Let's step touch in again. Good. That's it. Let's bring the toe behind. Great job. Now you'll notice how Carol's hands change as her toe comes back. Her arms go to the front of the body, so she keeps a great balance. Good work. I think I'm going to lift one hand and then the other. But I'm not so sure I'm going to actually let go yet. Good.
Well, I always know I have the safety of the chair ahead of me.
Good. So we're going side to side, touching behind. Now we're going to bend the knee, bringing the heel to the buttocks. That is a walloping good stretch for your thigh. Can you feel that?
Yes.
Now Carol's going to touch her outside foot. I thought she just did it on purpose.
Did I?
Yeah.
Before? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. See, this is all reflex. I can't help.
She can't help it. She's a dancer.
Yeah, it just.
And I can't help it. I'm holding on for dear life. Okay, step touch in. And bring the foot across. Remember, if you've had a hip replacement, your doctor may tell you not to bring your foot across midline. Good. Excellent. So Carol's really working on balance. And if I lift one hand and then the other, I will too. But my chair is always handy dandy. Good. Last 4, 3, 2. March it out. Ah. Now we're going to try to slow the march down by lifting the knee a little higher. Uh-oh. Here we go. Ah. Oh man, my thigh hurts.
My arthritis. I have some arthritis in the hip, and you can feel it.
Yeah.
So you just do what's comfortable for you. But just doing is the main thing.
That's right. Because you know what happens too when you exercise? I know a doctor who says if their patients come in and they're feeling kind of sad, they'll say, well, before I give you any medication for depression, you need to exercise. And sure enough, it shoots blood and oxygen to the brain
Right
with
to the
those
brain.
snappy little endorphins, which are your body's own tranquilizer. So there you go. 4, 3, 2, and just shake it out.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so we got our lower body. Let's get that upper body. So our body weight's just going to shift side to side. There you go. The fingertips are going to come around to one hip, then the other. Good. Now you'll notice our feet are planted. Now we're going to bring our hands to the shoulders. Good. Now you're going to find that our hips and knees are going to roll in. Good. now we're going to push across. Let's push across the body. You'll notice that Carol has a beautiful long range, but neither one of us is snapping our elbow out completely.
Okay.
Now we're going
I
to push
tend to do that.
up at an, that's because you're a dancer, up at an angle.
Stretch.
That's right, up at an angle. Now we're going to go straight up, straight up. Good. And you'll notice we're rolling up on the toe of one foot. And if reaching up bothers your shoulders, you can always bring your arms slightly forward. That's it. What a good job you're doing with us warming up. That's great. 4. Remember, you can do this sitting down. So if you're sitting down watching us, get those arms moving. 2. And 1. Relax the arms. Shoulder rolls. Up, back, and down. Oh, man, doesn't that feel good? Woohoo! Shoulder rolls. That's it. This feels so good because when we work the arms, when we bring our arms out to the sides, what happens is we work the muscle that goes from our neck to our shoulder to the middle of the back. And so when we're working our shoulders, sometimes our neck tightens up. So this is great to say, I'm sorry, little neck. There you go, and relax. Okay, so we're going to bring one hand into the tummy. Our thumbs are up, our elbows are tucked in. So tuck those elbows in, and this is good for the rotator cuff. Beautiful, that's it, because we're gonna work our shoulders. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. One hand comes across the belly, one hand gets pushed back. Good, good. That's it. Isn't this great? 4, 3, 2, and done. Now we're going to bring our hands together and we're going to chop shoulder and hip, shoulder and hip. Great work. So when we bring the hands to the shoulder, our elbow comes up. And then we rotate our body slightly. So you'll notice that Carol is reaching a little further than I. So pick your poison. 4, 3, 2, shoulder to shoulder, shoulder and shoulder. There you go. We're going to switch sides. Right now it's shoulder and hip, shoulder and hip. Isn't that a hunky-dory? There you go. Lift the front elbow. Feel a stretch on the side of the waist. We don't stretch out the side of the waist very often, but when we're chopping, we do. That's it. 4, 3, 2, hip to hip, hip and hip. Good job. Let's make a figure 8.
I like to really twist because I like to work the waist.
Yes, so if
I do it like this, is that okay?
That's fantastic.
Okay.
Because people need a goal. I can be the starting point, you can be the goal. But now we're going into figure 8, down
that's
and
tricky.
out. I know it's tricky, but you can do it. Figure 8. Yes, but you've got a very good brain, Carol. You can do it. 4, 3, 2, and done. Woo! Let's roll the thumbs back and lift the chest right up. So we're pulling our arms back, opening up the chest, opening up our heart to greet the day. Then we're going to make a little fist, put them right on our buttocks, and try to lift the ribs and push the hips forward just a little bit, not a lot. You're not doing a back bend. All you're doing is lifting the ribs, shoulders are back and down, and release and shake it out.
Wow.
Now, one hand is going to slide down one side of the body, and then the other hand's going to slide down. So you're going to pretend that you're between 2 pieces of plexiglass. And you're going to reach down, so you don't want to roll forward or back. This is really hard, and you don't get too much of a range of motion.
No.
Yeah. Now,
So far.
yeah, that's right. You can just go so far. Now you're going to take the other hand and stretch up as you reach down. Fingertips come to the shoulders. Stretch up and stretch down. Fingertips come to the shoulders. Stretch up and stretch down. Just one more time, please.
Woo.
Stretch up, stretch down, and you are done. Are you ready for your tie?
Yes.
So am I. So we're going to get our tie, whatever tie it will be. And we're going to make our tie so it's about shoulder width apart. Alrighty? Okay, so what you're doing is, you can wrap it around your hands, but you want to look at your fingers every once in a while and make sure they're not white or blue. That means it's a little too tight. Okay, here we go. Now this is nice and easy. Our elbows are bent. I'll show you from the side. You're going to bring one hand over and then switch to the other side. The beauty of this is that as you draw one hand back, the other hand is coming along for the ride. There you go. Beautiful.
So one hand is pulling and the other one is following.
Exactly,
Is that it?
exactly.
Okay.
One hand pulls and leads and the other hand follows.
Okay.
Now we're going to do the exact same thing, but remember when we did the chop? We're going up at an angle and down at an angle. Up at an angle, down at an angle. We're rolling up on the toe and then we're gonna lift the leg up and down. Remember your chair's right there.
Right there.
And you don't have to lift the leg if you don't want to. It just makes it a little tougher. And now we're gonna go to a rainbow. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. You're gonna hold it up towards Carol and bring it down to me. Down and up. Down. And what Carol said is true. You're actually pulling the arm and the arm's going along for the ride. Great. Pull up and out, down and out, up and out. Do your best. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Wow, I could really feel that. Okay, now we're going to bring it behind us. We're going to bring it behind us. So it wants to be a little wider than your hips.
Okay.
There you go. And all you're going to do is bring it side to side. We want to lift the chest, loop the shoulders up, back, and down, and just bring it side to side. It's kind of like we just got out of the shower. And as you can tell that Carol's the dancer. She's got a little imp inside of her, if you know what I mean.
No, I just want to get dry.
That's perfect. 4 more. 3, 2, and done.
One.
Now try to push it away from you and back. Opening up the chest, squeezing those shoulder blades. Try to relax your shoulders. This is a tough-a-rooney. Breathe in, breathe out. See if you can fold forward a little bit from the hinge on your hips. Feel how that opens up the chest, opens up the back of the legs. Slight bend in the knees, feet planted firmly, belly in, and slowly come back up. Wow, that was a lot of work.
And that was a lot to remember, too.
A lot to remember, right. So now we're going to take our tie and we're just going to lay it down, just like this, okay? And we're going to straddle the tie, 1 foot on each side. There you go. I'm going to pivot around that way, right. So I'm going to show you at an angle, and Carol is going to show you straight up and down. I'll pull her chair over here so you can see what she's doing.
Okay.
There you go. Perfect. So all we're doing, now Carol's going to demonstrate not holding on. I'm going to demonstrate holding on. We shift the weight side to side. One of the ways we can help prevent falls is to learn to pick our feet up. So slowly we're going to pick 1 foot up and bring it to the other side. So we bring it up and over. So we're stepping over our tie, stepping over the tie. So you have to really pick that foot up. Picking our foot up is really, really important because we do not want to trip and fall. It's the what?
Gets my knee working, too.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. It works the joints of the hip and the knee, but you have to pick up that thigh. The thigh is picking up that leg. Good. And now we're going to straddle it again. Just shift the weight side to side. Now 1 foot's going to tap over and back 4 times. Are you ready?
Okay.
Here we go. cross and over, 2 and over, 3 and over, 4, step and switch, cross and touch, 2 and touch. That looks like a dance routine for you.
Yeah.
That's great. Let's switch now. Cross and back, and 2 and back, and 3 and back. Let's step and switch now for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold it here and shift the weight side to side. We crossed in front. Let's see if we can cross and back. Repetitions. If you're ready, here we go. It's back.
Ooh, that's
and side.
tricky.
That's a tricky one.
Here I go.
Back. I'm so lucky
don't
I
put
have
the
the
foot
chair.
down, right?
You can put the foot down. Oh, sure. Good. Good. That's it. That's it. 4,
That's a little
3.
tricky.
It's very tricky.
Oh.
Okay. Step and switch. Back and side. Back and side. There you go. That's just perfect. We're really working the hip. We're working the thigh. We feel terrific. There you go. That's it. We're standing tall, our belly's in. Breathing is an option. Now, we're going to switch feet. We're going to go toe back. We're going to step and cross the other foot front. Step, toe back. Step, cross front. Step, toe back. This is good for your brain. Front, step, toe back, step and front. Step, toe back, and now switch sides.
Oh.
If you're ready, I know, you just get that one.
Gotta do it here.
Other side, here we go. Stand nice and tall, cross front, and the other foot crosses back.
Yeah, okay.
So one foot crosses front and steps, the other one goes back and steps, front and step, back and step. And all the time we have to pick our feet up. It's not just that we can like schlep through this, we really have to pick those feet up. Cross front and just do your best. Make sure you're not scooching up your tie or your scarf. Pick those feet up, pick those feet up, pick those feet up, and you are done. How was that one?
Okay.
It
My
was
mind was working.
Right, it was a thinking
How to
one.
think.
So Carol's gonna stay just the way she is, but she's gonna turn and face me after she has a drink,
So thirsty.
which is a great idea. Drinking, drinking, drinking. Water, water, water.
Ah, it's so good for you.
Okay, so I'll show you from the side, and also Carol will. We're going to stand behind our scarves. Whoop. But you notice that my chair is right here, okay? We're behind our scarves. And so, there we go. We're gonna step over our scarf with 2 feet, and then we're gonna step back.
Okay.
So at first, the right foot leads. Front, front, back, back. Picking up those feet, you're doing really well. Up and over. Picking up those feet. Last one here, and now the left foot goes. Over this, there you go, good, good. Chest high, belly in, feeling mighty fine. Stepping over the scarf.
You gotta lift those knees.
That's right.
Whoa.
Those knees, those
Oh,
knees.
those knees.
Good, good, and you are done. How is that one?
Okay.
Okay, we're going to step 1 foot over, which means we're lunging over the front.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. We're gonna step over, picking the back heel up, and then push ourselves right back. Other foot, step over, pick the back heel up, and push ourselves back. We're nice and tall. You'll notice we're not leaning forward, nor are we leaning back. Let's try 1 foot 4 times.
Okay.
1 and 2 and good work. 3, you've got it. 4. Let's switch.
Oh, we gotta switch.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You're done.
Okay.
Now we're going to turn and face you. We're going to squat over to the other side or lunge over. We're going to step over, shift the body weight, and come back. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to come way over to the other side and do the other side. 4, 3, 2. We're picking that foot up. 1. You're done. Wow, how was that?
Good.
You did really, really well. Okay, I know it really works the brain. So we're going to get our scarf, and we're actually going to use our scarf to get a good stretch. We're going to take the left hand, or one hand, and we're going to flip the scarf over the back. And then we try to get the other end. When your hands are close together, it's harder. When your hands are further apart, it's easier. Lift the top elbow up and try to push the scarf up and down. Pull up, pull down, pull up, pull down, and do your very best for 4 more. Good. 3 more. 2 little bitty ones, and 1. You're done. Woo-hoo!
Now I know we have to do the other side, right? Because we don't want to be lopsided.
Exactly. So now
Okay.
we hold the scarf in the other hand, flip it over our back. The other hand tries to find it. Walk your hands together.
Can't find it. Okay. Got it.
Hands together make it harder. Hands farther apart make it easier. You can adjust even while you're doing this. Top elbow up, pull up and down, 2 and down, 3 and down, and of course we do 4 more. We pull up and down, 2 and down, 3 pull up and down, and we are done. Oh! Whee! So we're going to give ourselves a nice hug.
Oh, yeah.
That was really, really good.
Everybody give yourself a big hug.
Because you did so well.
Yes.
Good job.
That
So
was tough.
that was really hard. So we're going to just bring the leg in front. Just get a good stretch.
Oh.
Sweep the leg in back. Just feel it soft, gentle stretch. Stepping on that foot, bringing it in front. Just bringing it in back just to get a good stretch. Good job holding on to the chair and just pushing the buttocks back just like there were a chair behind you. Weight is on the heels. And then slowly come up. Hands come behind our back. Open the chest. I love this stretch.
I love this.
Shoulders are relaxed and down, and gosh, we feel great. And we're so happy you joined us. We're very, very happy you joined us. Interlace the fingers, push down. Push your way all the way up. Get a little stretch. A little stretch. Float down. Woo-hoo! You did great. Let's take a great big breath in. And as you exhale, know that all will be well. Yes, you
Yay!
did great.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.